Hello friends, this is Terry with Lovey's Pups, bringing the love and culture of white German Shepherds here to North Texas, USA. Today I'm going to talk about brushing your German Shepherd dog's hair. You know, trying to pick a brush is kind of like brushing his hair to begin with. It's complicated. You got all these different steps, and what do I do? Well, today I'm going to talk to you about several things, very practical things. Let's jump into it. First thing, let's talk about brushes. This thing right here, I don't know what it's called. It's crap. This thing is probably good for a dachshund or a little chihuahua, okay? Not your German Shepherd. Don't waste money. Second thing not to waste money is these little bristles. They come in and out like all this and that. This is probably good for one of those Labra Snooperdoodles or something. Probably really nice for Benji or something, but not for your German Shepherd. Waste of money. Now, the one brush that you do need, the only brush you need, and by the way, disclaimer, I don't get a penny from this. I'm just trying to help you, okay? The only brush you need is this thing. Some people call it an undercoat rake. Okay, so this one here has 2 levels of teeth. I don't know if you can see those, okay? This thing is all you need. Now, if you want to put an extra 20 bucks on this with a word like Furminator or some sort of Nike swoosh or something, you can. But otherwise, you can get this bad boy for about 10 bucks. I'm telling you, friends, this is all you need. Now, let's talk about a German Shepherd. German Shepherds were made to live with Julie Andrews and the Sound of Music, saying the hills are alive with the sound of music, right? They were not made, frankly, to live in Texas. They were not made to live on the 99th floor of your block, right? They were not made to live in 70-degree houses 20 hours a day, okay? So we who love German Shepherds and are domesticating them have a duty to help them live. And that includes brushing them regularly. It also is self-protection, because if you don't do this, you're going to have an explosion of hair in your house. It's going to be like Texas tumbleweeds blowing down your hallways, okay? So this is also survival skills here, right here, okay? This is MacGyver, baby, for puppies. All right, now let's talk about a couple of very practical things. First of all, I wear these tight compression Under Armour type shirts because I found if I wear cotton shirts or wool sweaters, oh my God, I'll end up looking like a refrigerator magnet full of hair, okay? So I think these work a lot better. Second of all, your dog watches you in your house just like mine does me every day. I keep my brush in exactly the same place. I also brush once a week religiously on Saturdays. I also do it 25 feet away from our house in a little patch of grass. I'm doing this because I want our dog to have a battle rhythm and an expectancy. You know, dogs have a pattern in their day just like we do. We just usually don't think about the dog's perspective. So by building a battle rhythm and a consistency, my dog knows what to expect. Now, the other thing I do is I also bring him a nice little wonderful snack here that he sees me walk to the refrigerator and get. Okay, so again, training a dog is like training a puppy, which is like training a 7-year-old boy. 80% excitement and 20% instant gratification after he does what you want. Okay, so you get out to your spot, you have your battle rhythm going. Now, what do? Take the collar off the dog, of course. I usually have him stand, sometimes sit. It just kind of depends on where I am on his body. I want to talk to you today quickly. Avoid the high spots. Never the head, never the ears, never the paws, never the elbows. Be careful on the joints and the shoulders up front, and be extremely careful on that spine going down your long back. Now, my dog happens to allow me to brush his tail. Most don't, but it's just because I have a relationship with my dog and he knows I'm not here to jab him and, you know, rip rats out of his hair. In fact, let's talk about this brush. This brush will do the work for you. You don't have to apply much pressure. You just simply let the brush work. Now, here's how I do it. I'm talking to my dog. It's all about relationship. It's all about time. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I'm task-oriented. This is not the time to be task-oriented. This is the time to be relationship-oriented. Again, we're not here to rip out rats, okay? We're here to enjoy our dog. Should take about 10 minutes, okay? Anything longer than that, I think, is too much. But here's how I do it. I start around the brisket. Now, even though there's a lot of hair here, in my experience, most of this doesn't come out much, okay? But I still start there because, again, I'm starting in a relationship, a consistent pattern with him that he understands. So I'm starting there, I'm gentle, I'm coming around the neck on all sides, okay? And then I start to do large patterns up around his body. I basically let this brush follow the contours of his body. So I start down in the chest, I come up the side, I come around the back, and then I go to the haunches. Now, the haunches is what I call that butt part. Dogs are extremely sensitive on that butt, okay? But that's where you're gonna get most of your hair. It's between the top of his back and his, if you will, lower, butt area, okay? That's where 70% of my dog's hair comes from. So you're gonna be spending quite a bit of time there. Again, I do the right side, then I come over, I do the left side, and I usually, if I'm doing the right side and I'm pulling with the right hand, I'm bringing my left hand kind of following his body behind him, partly to soothe, partly to get off that remainder of that, excess hair that's up at the level of this, top. Okay, now, after I'm done, he knows there's one thing left. That is put back on his collar, praise him to death, and give him Mr. Pepperoni. Thank you. Have a great day. I hope you enjoy brushing your dog. Do it once a week or you will suffer the consequences of an explosion of hair